Welcome once again. Let's continue chapter 9, that is impact of agricultural and industrial waste on the ecosystem. Let's begin. Turn to page number 125 and you can see generation of industrial waste. Before I start, I would like to give a short introduction of how these waste are generated, what are the various sources of it. Now, great variety of waste are generated from various human activities. Increase in the level of production and consumption has resulted in waste generation. So what are the two factors because of which waste is more and more waste is generated? That is increase in the level of production and consumption. One important source of waste is domestic waste, that is the day-to-day kitchen waste or the waste which is generated in our homes, such as kitchen waste, human waste, etc. But in this particular topic, we are concerned only with the industrial waste or the waste which arises from the factories and industries. Now, the first point is waste generated from mining operation. Mining waste is generally generated due to the extraction and processing of mineral materials such as coal, china clay, slate and metalliferous material. The waste may be in the form of solid lumps of rocks or liquid in nature. The nature of waste depends upon the composition of ore and process of extraction. Bulk of the mining waste or residue consists of crushed, coarse sand which become wind blown. These waste blow around the land through the mining areas. Other waste also include heavy metals and ores of complex compound. Some mineral waste may cause flow of chemicals into the environment. Second is waste generated from cement factories. Cement industry is one of the biggest industry in the world. There is a growing demand for cement for the construction and developmental purposes. Cement factories generate large amount of waste. Manufacturing of cement requires large amount of coal and limestone. It also leads to the generation of carbon dioxide, which is one of the greenhouse gas. It is also one of the biggest source of carbon dioxide emission. Cement industries are actually biggest source of CO2 emission, that is carbon dioxide emission. Is waste generated from oil refineries. The main waste generated from oil refineries are oil slicks and oil sludge, both of which are very toxic in nature. Oil refineries located at sea causes oil spill at sea in case of an accident or negligence. I didn't remember the year, but few years back there was a case of oil spill in Mumbai shore. So due to the leakage in the ship, the diesel, the oil got spilled in the entire sea, and due to which the sea creatures were harmed. So this was one of the incident which happened related to oil spill. Oil spill floats on the seawater, which may cause fire and endanger the water ecosystem. Oil spill on land occurs due to leakage from pipelines, pilferage, etc. This can also lead to fire and pollute the groundwater and air. Fourth, waste generated from construction units. Everywhere you can see that buildings are being constructed, and the old buildings are demolished and all. So various construction units, a great amount of waste is generated. A huge amount of waste is generated. A great deal of waste is generated in the course of construction of building and other construction activities, such as your waste building material, broken nails, waste metals, electric wires, waste switches, bulbs, wood, rubble, etc., lead, asbestos, plaster boards, paints and their additives. So in recent times, construction has increased at a rapid pace due to growing urbanization and development. As a result, the amount of waste generated from construction unit has increased significantly. What are the impact of waste accumulation? First impact, and the most important, is spoilage of landscape. Lack of efficient waste management leads to dumping of waste in the surrounding areas. As a result, spoilage of landscape occurs. Piles of waste spoil the natural beauty and aesthetic of the environment. That means, due to the heap of waste, due to the dumping of waste material, the beauty of the place or the beauty of the environment is hampered. Second is environmental hazards. Accumulation of waste leads to environmental hazards. The foul smell from decaying waste fills the air. This attracts pests, flies, insects, rodents. Foul smell, filth and ugliness leads to environmental threat. Breeds pollution. Accumulation of waste breeds all kinds of pollution. These waste pollutes the air that we breathe, contaminate the water that we drink and pollute the land. Burning of waste leads to air pollution caused by smoke, ash and dust. The foul smell, the rotten smell from the decaying waste pollutes the air that we breathe. These also the waste water or the waste which seeps underground. So groundwater also gets polluted. Indiscriminate dumping of solid waste causes serious land pollution. So you can imagine how this waste accumulation is damaging or is harmful for our environment. Next is health hazard to life. Industrial and mining waste, domestic and municipal waste and other waste can cause serious health problem, as these waste are potentially very harmful. They contaminate water with various kinds of harmful bacteria, chemicals, even the chemical waste that may get into the soil and creeps into the food chain. These waste can spread diseases such as cholera, typhoid, dysentery, jaundice, etc. Even the animals which feed on these dump of waste may contain hazardous substances like the plastics eaten by the cow. It's not digested. They are non-biodegradable waste, and ultimately what happens? It results in the death of the animal. Land and water gets contaminated by sewage discharges, which causes waterborne diseases in animals and human beings. Next, I move on to the fifth point, effects of waste on aquatic life. Industrial and commercial liquid waste may contain chemical pollutants which, when consumed, cause health hazard to human beings and organisms living on water and land. These waste carried by rivers into the sea destroy aquatic life due to lack of oxygen because of excessive growth of algal blooms which consume all the oxygen present in the air. So they just form a layer on the surface of the water and therefore cutting down the level of oxygen, and hence it causes death to the aquatic life. So I hope till here it is clear. Next again I'll continue. Thank you for today.